You've been holding it in. The grief, the stress, the silence. But what if there was a space where your soul could finally breathe? Welcome to Brushes and Balance, a wellness experience where your emotions meet the canvas. Join us for a day of guided painting, affirmations, breath work, and sound therapy, led by healing professionals who understand what restoration feels like. This is more than a paint session, it's soul work. It's a place to let go, to begin again. And as the sun sets, we rise in harmony at the Soul Healing Concert, featuring powerful voices and music that touch the heart. If you're tired, grieving, overwhelmed, or just ready to feel again, come. Brushes and Balance, where the canvas catches what your heart's been holding.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Ladiez Room Talk Show. I'm Clarissa Kenty, your Kingdom Concierge. Happy Monday, everybody. It's been a good day today. It's been a great day for me. I made it through the weekend. So a lot of you know kind of what my challenges have been this weekend, but I made it. I made it through the weekend. I am so excited. I had a great Mother's Day. I was able to really take my mind off of the fact that my mom is not here. This was my first Mother's Day without her, but I decided to serve in another capacity. So I had an opportunity to minister at the Mother's Day program at 11 a.m. at Summit Life Church in Bessemer, Alabama. Big shout out to Jason and Datha, Pastor Jason. They invited me to come out and speak. And let me tell you, it was magnificent. We had a great time. If you want to hear that message, be sure to go on my page and scroll up a little bit so you'll be able to hear that message. The message title was, Your Mama is an ATM. Yes, that was the title. Don't laugh about it. That was something God dropped in my spirit. So go and check that out. ATM simply means Appointed Transformational Mother. Appointed Transformational Mother. So that's a message, guys, I believe that came straight from heaven. So be sure to go out and check that out and see what you think about that. Leave some comments out there and let me know what you were able to get out of the message on yesterday. But a big shout out to them. And I want to thank everyone for just being a part of that day yesterday. You guys really showed out. I got text messages and phone calls and flowers and gifts and all types of things to help me get through yesterday. And I just wasn't expecting that. I really was not. But you guys just really showed up for me, and it really meant the world to me. So I love you so much. We certainly cannot be the Ladiez Room without all that you do. So thank you, thank you, thank you. On last week, we had the amazing Fee-Nominal Redmon, who came into the Ladiez Room Talk Show on last week and talking about brushes and balance. Brushes and balance. Brushes and Balance, guys, is an amazing space that she has created along with a team of experts where you can come in and really ease your mind. There are a lot of us are really dealing with some things this year, last year and ongoing. Whatever that is that causes you to be waiting, causes you to not be able to really be free, be stressed, and not be able to focus. Brushes and Balance is for you. You want to get there, and you also want to have groups to come. I've had several groups to call me. They said, hey, Clarissa, I'm bringing my small groups over. How do we get our tickets? Well, you go to brushesandbalance.com. That's brushesandbalance.com. Go out there, grab your tickets, and grab groups, guys, because this is an opportunity for you really to come out of this space restored, renewed, and revived. Restored, renewed, and revived. Some great spaces, guys, that's going to be taking place. We're going to bring Miss Fee Redmon back into the building. She's going to talk to us a little bit about that 12 to 3 spot with Brushes and Balance. And then we're going to bring in the melodic, the amazing, the phenomenal and awesome Deirdre Gaddis. I can't wait to bring her in, guys. This will be her first time, but I know it won't be her last time. Hey, Fifi, what's going on?
What's happening? How you doing?
I'm excited. I'm excited about Miss Gaddis being here. You know what? You
Listen,
the best lineup for this soul healing
the
conference.
one and only. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what we do. We always make sure we have the most phenomenal participants to have a phenomenal experience. That's what we do, give phenomenal experience. And so I'm grateful that Deirdre is going to be on board for that evening and she's able to come in tonight and talk about even more what the soul healing concert is about. So thank you for this platform. Really appreciate it.
Hey, I'm honored. I know you have a lot going on. You're very busy. So for you to carve out that space to hang out with us again for the second Monday in a row really means a lot to us. Of course, you have a virtual key, so you can use that anytime you want. But let's talk a little bit about that first portion again for those who may have missed it on last week. You have it's one day with two great events, part
Absolutely.
one and two. So let's talk about part one a little bit before we bring our guest in. Let's just talk about that. What does that 12 to 3 look like?
So 12 to 3 looks like you come into a space and you're burdened, you're broken, you're wounded, you're coming with a whole lot of stuff, whole lot of baggage, things you may not can speak about. You may not have safe spaces to be able to just, let go, let your hair down. This is that safe space for anyone who's overwhelmed to come and say, I need to let this out. It may not be verbal, but it's just going to be through the paint, the stroke of the canvas. And so we got some amazing facilitators who's going to be helping us process through this healing to get it out, Whatever colors come out on that canvas, that means that you are releasing, you are dumping it, and you are saying, you know what, I'm going to give myself permission to let go, to heal, to be in a safe space that I can do that. And so with yourself, like I said, you coming with the positive affirmations and the permission statement so people can know it's a safe space for you to just release. Then, of course, we have Lamar story with the sound bath that he's going to do, help us really relax and get into a zone mentally, spiritually, physically. And then my mentor coming in and just helping us also just go from the little boys in us and the teenager, adult, and just kind of like putting it all on the canvas. So yeah, we weren't all black during the day for that. Just, saying we get all the ugly about of us. And then of course that evening we're coming in with all white. Yeah.
Oh, I am super excited about that. I think it's going to be so dope, as they say. I think
You're
it's going
showing
to
your
be.
age. You're showing your age.
They don't say that anymore.
I don't know. They got all these new words now. We too old. We ain't in that bracket no more. I'm sorry. You're too old. You too, not
I
me.
still like dope. I think
You
dope
can
is
say
dope.
no. Yeah. Okay. All right.
I like that. I see that Nkosi
In
is
Coasting. Okay.
Nkosi is in the lobby. I see him smiling and laughing at us. So we're going to bring him in as well. I'm glad he was able to join us here tonight. So we're talking about that first portion, that first half there. Some people may think, Fifi, that this whole experience is just for women.
Oh,
And so
no.
we want to be very clear that
Yeah.
this is something for people who want to have peace, who want to be in a space where they can just relax and really be in a space of oneness with yourself. I
Absolutely.
found that sometimes it's so much noise around us that it's hard for us to carve out that space.
Yeah.
And so I like the fact that you have allowed us to do that. In a safe space, as you mentioned. But
Absolutely.
a little bit more about it. This is something for men and women.
Absolutely. Men and women, anyone who's burdened, who's carrying, like I said, traumas, dramas, anything from the past, anything from today, you know what I'm saying, that you're trying to really process. So it's for men, women, boys, girls, whoever, you know what I'm saying, that really need that space to do so. And so, like I said, when the idea came to me, it was to really, I'm like, I wanted everything I do, I try to have a phenomenal experience and also a purpose behind it, being very intentional. And so it's not just a regular sip and paint event. Nothing you're just going to come and it's going to be a pre-drawn canvas. It's going to be a blank canvas because you are going to be the artist of your own canvas from your emotional soul release onto that canvas as we process through the positive affirmations, through the sound bath, and through the process that Dr. Vicky's going to help us go through as well. So you're the author of your canvas, nothing pre-drawn, but everything out of your soul, putting that on that canvas. So when you go home that night and you see, okay, I'm going to leave it there. Like they say, leave it all on the court, leave it on the stage. You're going to leave it right there on that canvas because you allow yourself to be free to release that. So yeah.
Oh, that's going to be great. I'm
Yeah.
thinking to myself, I'm like, I am not an artist. I have no idea what this is going to look like. I'm one of
Yeah.
those that needs that paper that have the numbers on it with the little paint. So I can have some guidance on what I'm doing, So I think that's going to stretch all of us as we sit down and try to figure out what that canvas is going to look like. So that's really, really cool. Hey, Tanya, I hope you're doing well, girl. Yes, I did tell my age a little bit on the dope thing, but hey, it's still dope. It's still dope. It's still dope. I hope you're Tanya. And I hope that you bring some of your friends with you, because I think it's going to be a great experience for that day and that night, for that day and that night. So I'm so excited and so happy that we have these amazing group. Oh, okay. Let's see if I can. Okay, so let's see. I think you're having some problems hearing me. So can you hear me, Fifi?
I can.
Okay, let's turn it up a little bit. I'm looking at Deirdre guys in the lobby, so you can't hear me? Nicosi, can you hear me? You can hear me? Oh my gosh. Let me see. I'm gonna bring she causing some problems in the ladies' room. Let me pull her on in now. Ma'am.
I can hear, but it's really low. So I'm paying attention. So if I lean in like this, it's what my old lady is.
Look,
Oh, Lord.
I had this beautiful intro for you and everything. Just messed up my whole intro.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
I'm joking.
I'm so sorry. But it's like I can hear Fifi kind of good, but I can't really hear you.
Like I hear both of y'all clearly. I hear you very clearly. I hear Clarissa clearly.
Well, maybe it's just me. I don't know what's going on.
Well, you know what? I think if you sing, you can probably hear us a little better. So see if you can find a song to sing real quickly, and then you'll probably be able to hear us better.
What song can I sing?
I don't know, but I think
let's see. It's me, oh Lord, standing in the need of prayer.
Yeah.
It's me, oh Lord, standing in the need of prayer.
Hey, that helped me hear better. I don't know about you.
Wow.
I love it.
Thank you.
My goodness. Thank you for coming in tonight and hanging out with us.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited about brushes and bless. I know that there are a lot of people out there like me who really need a safe space to let some things go.
Yeah.
We take for granted that people we entrust with our secrets, with our stuff, that they're gonna keep that. But more often than not, that doesn't happen. So to know that you have a space where you can be assured of that safety, where you can let some stuff go and you can move forward, that's huge. I need it. I'm so glad that Fifi even thought about asking me to be a part, because for me, y'all excuse me, that's my ice machine. For me, I need healing. I need some decompression. There's some forgiveness that I don't need to give other people, but I need to give it to myself. There's some situations I haven't let go of. And there's some traumas that have happened in my life that I need that safe space to be able to let it go.
Yeah.
So I'm dependent on this. I'm dependent on it. Need it, because there are some things that are holding me back. And at this point, I have nobody else to blame but me. So I thank Latricia Fifi Redmon for this opportunity. And not just so much to be a part of it by putting on the show and being in the concert, but by being a part of it so that I can be blessed as well. To me, that is just so important. And I hope that there are a lot of other women, other men, just like she said, boys and girls, people from every walk of life, because there are so many different traumas that people have. Nobody's trauma is the same. There might be some similarities, but our different traumas, things that we've gone through, they're not, it's no cookie cutter thing to it. And we have to learn how to work through those issues, those things. So thank you, Fifi.
Thank you.
Because sometimes you're so embarrassed about what your truth is, you can't share it with other people. But to know that, hey, this is going to be a safe space. There's other people out there like me who need to free themselves, break those chains. And we can be honest with ourselves. Sometimes we only tell part of the truth because we're so afraid of what other people are going to say and what other people are going to think. I'm ready to let it go. Don't care about what anybody says or thinks. I need healing for me. And maybe when I get that healing for me, then I can move on and be a different person and accept the blessings that God has for me.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Wow. That was good. You articulated what that night is actually about, just really having people to come in and say, I'm tired and I'm ready. I'm ready to really break the cycle, break the bondage, break the chains off my mind, my soul, my body, and so I pray that those who come just as you are coming receive what you're looking to, to receive. And that's the intent of the night. That's so people can know that healing is available to them. And this is just one of those places that you can start. It's not the only place, but it's one of the places you can start by just letting it out. And so thank you for articulating that. I hear your heart, and I pray that God gives you what you need, seriously.
People only knew, as performers, we learn how to wear costumes. And one of my best costumes is a smile. You learn how to push through and you learn how to be okay because people aren't okay with you not being okay. So I'm ready to take my costume off.
Yeah.
And I'm ready to move on with life.
Yeah.
Because at 51, it's no reason why I should still be struggling with the things I'm struggling with. So I need brushes and balance. I need some balance. And I'm looking to meet other kindred spirits who also need that. We're PK kids, we're preachers' children. We work in church. We've been taught since we were little girls, about what faith is, about what trust in God is. But sometimes you still get human and you question things. And, for so long in the Black community, nobody wanted to discuss mental health. Thank God that we've come to a place in our society that we're now embracing what mental health needs truly are.
Yeah.
And while prayer is an amazing and awesome tool, that we also need some other things to help us. It's a beautiful thing. I know, especially my pastor, Robert Bearden, because he started, I guess, paying attention to what was going on. And so now he talks about those topics with mental health. And we have much more inclusivity. I think our Women's Day scripture, or theme is going to be based around the need for women's mental health to be okay and getting healed, getting your balance.
Yeah.
So thank you, Fifi. You're an amazing weapon in God's arsenal.
Oh, girl.
Thank you. Thank you for that. I'm so glad to be a part of this. I really am.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Absolutely.
I love it. Because, it's one of those things when you have people who participate in it. Generally, as participants, you don't have that space to enjoy what you're doing because or because you are doing what you're going to do. But I like that she has put things in such a way to allow us to be able to be a part of it as well. Because she was like, I know you're going to be doing the affirmation part, but I'm going to go ahead and get you a canvas because I think you need to put some stuff on the canvas. And she is correct. I do. And that's why I'm like, I don't know what this thing's going to look like because I got a lot. And so I'm glad that you are very transparent, Deirdre, with the fact of, needing help and going to get that. In our community, we have a tendency to not be as bold as you say, to reach out for help. And I'll, transparent moment. With me losing mom in February, I felt the need to go ahead and start counseling. I felt the need to do that because of the relationship I have with my mom. We're very close. And so for her not to be here just kind of disrupted some things in me. And so I realized okay, you know what? I need to go ahead and just kind of start this counseling thing. Not that I feel like I'm in a bad space. I just don't want to get into one.
Right.
So, and I'm not too big or too bad to say that I need counseling. I do. I want to have the counseling. And you mentioned something I felt that was very interesting. I'm one that I always have my Supergirl cape on. Always. I'm always going to have my Supergirl cape on, and I'm always going to be riding in my clear jet as Wonder Woman. That's just what I'm going to do. But in space, I have parked the jet, and that cape has been hanging up since February. I'm not even interested in putting it on. Just because I need to deal and face me, face who I am in this space, face what's weighty on me right now. And so brushes and balance, we're going to have that time where we can just kind of be quiet. And some people are afraid of quiet. People are afraid of what they'll find in that quietness and who they may meet. You may meet up with somebody that you didn't know was there. And some people are afraid of that. So I'm so excited about what she's going to be doing. Thank you, Tanya. She and I went to college together. But I'm just excited to really get there, and I'm happy about other people being a part too, because so many people are expressing an interest in coming because they want to. They don't even know quite what all is going to take place. They just know they want to be free. They want those weights off of them, and so they're coming with great expectation. They really are. So we talked a little bit about some people think it's just a women's thing, but it's a men's thing too. And so I want to bring in Nkosi. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
I'll make sure I did it. I want to bring Nkosi in because Nkosi is a performer as well that will be sharing the stage with Deirdre. And I'm so glad you were able to join us tonight. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thanks for asking. I do apologize for being a little tardy. I was having a little technical difficulty. But I'm excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
I think something that will help with that technical difficulty, much like with Deirdre not really here, I think if you sing something, I believe there will be a technical deliverance for you.
Yes, Lord.
You sing something.
Lord, have mercy. Okay. To God be the glory. To God be the glory. To God be the glory for the things he has done.
Yes, sir.
I think there's another verse to that. That's just what I heard.
You know what? You gonna keep asking.
I don't know that second verse, but I'll just sing that first one again.
But
To
Cozy,
God be the- Huh?
tell us a little bit about you. Tell us about your background. Just for
Sure,
people
sure.
who know you.
Okay, so my government name is Eric Matthews. I'm originally from Birmingham. I recently went to Africa. I stayed there for 3.5 years, kind of on a sabbatical, trying to work my stuff out, And while I was there, I decided to go by another name, which actually means the same as Eric. Eric means king, ruler of the people. And I wanted an African name because I was in Africa. So, and Cozy actually means the same thing. It means lion, it means king, ruler of the people. And so, just from Birmingham, I'm also a PK, so I could definitely understand and sympathize and empathize with what both of you guys were saying. And so, again, just happy to be here. Fee, I want to say the same thing. I want to echo what she just said in terms of thinking of me to be a part. I'm a tad bit different when it comes to artistry because I love singing, but it's also my therapy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's the only therapy that I've been comfortable with, and it's the only thing that's really been there in my dark times, and actually singing while going through a dark time actually ministers not only to the people that I'm singing to, but it actually puts me in a place of comfort as well. So music, singing, no matter whether it's gospel or, inspirational lyrics has always been something I could go to find my solace, to find my peace. So, and giving me an opportunity to share my gift, I'm definitely going to get what I need to get out of it, especially in an environment like that with the type of energy that's going to be in the place, coming there for healing and to be somewhat ministered to is going to be amazing to be a part of. So thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
So, Fifi, when you thought about the Soul Healing Concert, what was your overall objective with this?
The objective was, of course, after Brushes and Balance, that we detox, we've let go, we decompress, we put it all out there to now be restored, to have that space of peace and restoration and healing, to uplifting as well. So when that came about, because at first I was like, it's too much in one day. I don't want to be, wearing people out. But, it was something like, okay, well, you need to give them something to, leave with, not just leaving empty, but now to be restored, to be refilled and uplifted. And so when it came to, I was trying to think about which vocalists to maybe help bring that to light. And, looking at Deirdre, very soulful, very heartfelt singer, like, you feel it, you feel her passion and you feel her anointing when she sings. And so I felt like having her there definitely would help add to that space of healing and uplifting and making people really feel like I can be restored, I can be redeemed, I can be healed, I can be whole. And Cozy having such a beautiful, sweet sound, his tone, his, what he does and what he carries. I just knew that also he could add to that as well. So all of them have their various texture and timbre of voice. And I just knew that I needed the differences of their tones, but also the effect of the ministry that they have on them as well, to be able to help minister that level of healing, as well as Sharon. Sharon Collins having such a melodious sound, sweet sound to her. So I think all three of them was the perfect blend to bring for this night. And so I asked them and they said yes. Look at that. Look at that.
It's very hard to tell Fifi no. That's what I was told.
Absolutely.
What?
You're right.
Absolutely. You can't tell Fifi no.
What are you talking about?
You can't tell
You're
Fifi no. Ever.
You know, when I think about different conferences that you go to, sometimes you go to a conference and it opens up a wound, leave with an open wound. And so there's nothing to kind of to bring everything together. You just leave open, and you don't. There's no closure to it. And so I like what you're doing is that you're opening everything up, and you know everybody's going to be able to be in a better space. But then you're going to provide a platform for us to reward ourselves. Out of, you know, being able to release ourselves.
Yeah.
So a lot of times people have a problem with celebrating themselves when they have a win. That's a win. If we can get what we have in and get it on that canvas and get it out and leave it there, that's a win. That's a meaningful win.
That's good.
So I celebrate that win. I mean, I'm very guilty. I can go and reach goals and stuff and say, okay, I got that. Let me go to the next thing. And don't pause and say, okay, Clarissa, good job. Hercules.
Yeah.
You know, I don't do that. And so I like that you thought it through. You thought about the hard work, which is, you know, it's going to be some hard work. I know it's going to be tough for me, that 12 to 3, but I'm ready for it. I'm that girl. I'm ready for it. Season. And interesting about I've been going this so long. I'm tired of carrying this. This is just not my season anymore. And so those are the people. If you want to say who are these people that I believe, Fifi, you're looking for, you're looking for people of sick and tired of being sick and tired. You're looking for the people of, okay, what's the next season in my life? It needs to be different than what it looks behind me.
Absolutely.
As I'm going through, some people are like, I got more years behind me than I do ahead. What am I going to do with this? Who am I in this season now? Totally renewed. And I believe the space that God wants his people to be renewed. Because he can only use light people. When I say people, that's people without weights.
Without
burdens. We're not created to hold these things. We just weren't. If we were, we wouldn't have the blood pressure issues. We wouldn't have migraines. We wouldn't have ulcers. We wouldn't have all this stuff that we're carrying weights, pressures, and stresses. We weren't created for that. We just So I believe that God is ready to use a people that's going to be light and carefree, so that when we get this stuff out, he can pour into us. Light and darkness can't dwell in the same place. So if we're getting that darkness out, he can fill us with his light.
Come on. Exactly.
His light. So I'm excited.
That's good, honey. You did. You just said it right there. That was good.
Very good.
Yeah.
And then I think that us doing the brushes, the canvases, when we're getting all that out, you still have that canvas to look back at. That's a part of your closure. You got something of a visual manifestation of your closure. And you always have something you can go back to. That's your bookmark. Say, hey, I did this on this day at May 31st with brushes and balance. And I'm moving ahead now. It was something else that you said when you said, I was thinking, you know, maybe it's time for me to go see somebody. That's proactive. If more of us took a proactive approach to counseling or therapy instead of reactive, don't let it get so bad to where, you know, you at your wit's end and, you know, you ready to end it all. Even if it's nothing other than going to a friend, going to your music, writing stuff down. We have to have some kind of form of therapy, some kind of communication, be it with another person, be it with God, be it with our fingers on our keys, or be it with our voice. We've got to have something that helps us, or with the stroke of a brush. We've got to have some kind of out. some kind of therapy. And this is huge. This is really gonna be good.
It is. And you had mentioned about singing was therapy for you, right? So tell us what that means to you.
Well, I can give you the super deep version of it. I was just actually, as I was sitting here listening to you all, I was just thinking about how, first of all, I didn't know that Vicki Johnson was going to be there. So I was like really shocked because I have a personal relationship with Vicki. And I'm like, how did y'all connect? You know what I mean? So I already know just her by herself is going to be crazy. But what I was thinking about is what I've learned, and this is how I recognize that singing was my therapy, because I've not always recognized that it was. But I just noticed every time I had dark times in my life, I kind of lost myself in the music. Let me stop this person calling me. But I just lost myself in the music. And later on, I realized I'm a very, are you guys still there? Okay. Yeah, I'm a very, very deep thinking person. And so for me, church jargon has not always been satisfactory to me, like anointing, healing, like what really is that? I want to understand it on and overstand it and understand it on a different level. And so what I realized is that a lot of times, words are thoughts put to sound, right? And so what I realize is they carry energy. A scientist in China did a test, and he got two containers of water and froze the water and spoke negative things to one and spoke positive things to the other. And they both crystallized, but one looked like really demonic and ugly looking, which was the one that was spoken to in a negative way. And then the other looked just like crystals. It formed like beautiful crystals based on the positive words that were being spoken. And so, it's also been proven that at the very core of who we are is vibration, right? And so when you think about sound, you think about vibration. So I think one of the most powerful things you can do is put a positive and loving and healing message to an articulation through speech, or through song. And it's not only going to affect you on a spiritual level, but it's literally going to affect you on a biological level. Like, you're going to be affected emotionally, but you're going to be physically affected as well. Because we also know that we are like 70-80% water as humans. And so, when you are ministering out of an experience of pain, I think that's what causes people to be delivered, set free, or resonate with your message, because everybody's dealing with some kind of pain on some kind of level. So in all that I do, I just try to make sure that my music is solution oriented. Just like she said, that is proactive in nature and not reactive. And so that's I hope that's a deep enough explanation for what I mean by therapy. It's literal. It's literally like physical therapy, mental therapy, emotional therapy. And I think when people understand that, and overstand that, they'll be able to really, be healed on levels, because levels have to do with, healing have to do with levels. You have layers of trauma, and so all of that, I believe, can be dealt with through, that articulation. And so the group of people that she's, collectively put together, I think you all are right by saying you don't know what's going to happen, because it's going to be bananas in there. And by the way, I still use the word dope. So it's going to be dope.
Because you old too. Because you old too.
feel you dope. You know what I mean? And I don't feel no kind of way about it. You know,
Thank you.
it's dope. You know what I mean? I mean, as long as you know what I mean when I say that. You know.
Yeah. It's gonna be dope. I got you. I'm with you. I'm with y'all. It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope.
It is. It's gonna be dope. Now Lamar came in. Lamar's story is going to be on that first half with me and Doc and Fifi. He'll be on that first part with us. And so he said the same experiment that you mentioned about the ice was done with sound as well.
Mm-hmm.
I wish he can get on this call. I wish he can get on this because I really want him to speak more on what he does with the sound with the sound bag.
Well, I knew immediately when you told me about the sound part that was going to be powerful. I mean, you're hitting people on every level, you know. You know what I mean? With the sound bowls, with with Vicky, with the vocalist that you have, and the paintbrush, all of that is just phenomenal. I've never been a part of anything like it, so I'm very excited to be a part.
Absolutely. And like I said, Clarissa's going to come in with the positive affirmations, the permission statements that we repeat, and really open us up, giving us that space to go ahead and prepare ourselves for that. So it was, like I said, very intentional with making sure it's not just an ordinary sip and paint, because ordinary like that was just, you go home with a little thing, but this is for your soul healing, it's for your mental, your spiritual, it's for every part of your being to just release, let go, and to receive. And so, I'm grateful that God downloaded this. Like I said before, somebody asked me what I had coming up, and I didn't have anything in the March, April. So I'm like, let me just put something in there. But it began to mature and define itself as to what it needed to be. And so just really sitting with God about it and just getting more clarity on what it should be. That's how all of this came together. So I appreciate each of you for being willing to be a part and to also see it. Sometimes I try to articulate and, make it make sense. It makes sense in my head, but sometimes when I say it, I'm like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's in my head. But thank you for grabbing hold to the vision. And I'm just grateful. And I'm looking forward to people coming in, expecting to be healed and receiving that healing. I want the expectation to be like, I need this. This is what I've been looking for, and I'm ready to let go, and I'm ready to receive. So thank y'all. I'm grateful that y'all are part.
Thank you for obeying the vision. One thing that I know that we all can attest to on the show is that we can bet on Fifi Redmon creating very different experiences. That is out of the box, something that is different, something that no one's ever thought of before. I'm reminded of the Birmingham event did Valentine's Day. I was one of the ambassadors for that. When I tell you it was Bridgerton inspired, I'm like, who does that? I would never have thought of something like that. But I think that you are definitely riding in your gifting and you're operating in your genius.
Thank you.
We're grateful for that. We're grateful for what you're doing for Birmingham. You have a heart for the city. You have a heart for the county. And so, I believe by you opening this up for other people coming in, I think we have people from Georgia, Tennessee, Mississippi, Florida, the Panhandle, all of those areas that are closely connected to the state of Alabama. The more we talk about this, the more we share this live just like this, and we share this on our own individual platforms, we'll be able to get more information out to people so that they feel more educated on what Brushes and Balance is all about. So come with that expectation. I think Nicole may have said it about it's an expectation of a thing. What do you expect? Where is your mind at this point? Do you have are you willing to change your mindset? A lot of times we are taught certain things that are based on man's understanding and not necessarily biblically based. Even though it may be in a church, we may have heard it from a pastor, but it's not biblically sound. Now it's neither is it biblically based. Sometimes people of the cloth don't open themselves up to understand something different that's still biblical, but it's just different than what they were taught by man.
Absolutely.
And so you had mentioned something, Nicosia, about words and how those words were doing the crystals, crystallizing, I guess is the water, the liquid. The words have power. And the Bible talks about, it's word made flesh, period.
Mm-hmm.
You see something into the atmosphere, you believe it, it manifests. What's manifestation? It's a manifestation of words becoming life.
Mm.
It is. So we have to be, we have to really understand biblical principle for ourselves. And when we read the word, understand it for what it is, and not take our own minds and try to twist stuff up because it makes us feel because, oh, I understand it better this way. No, we got to understand it the way God has given it to us. We do. So, I mean, I'm excited, Fifi. You got 3 weeks left.
I know, right? Ooh, the heat is on, honey.
It is on. Your 3 participants in this, Lamar as well, and I know Sharon is. We're all, Doc is excited. We're all super excited, and we're talking about what we can get out of it, and we're performing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's really, really good. So, as we are wrapping the show, Lamar's not available to come tonight, but we may be able to get him at another point before the actual event. But before we end tonight, guys, for those of you who are new inside the Ladiez Room, I love to give you guys, my guests, an opportunity to minister and speak into the lives of our listeners. Now, you have done a great deal of that thus far anyway, but I am going to task you with particular people. So number one, Deirdre, I'm going to bring you in. You'll be able to screen by yourself while you're talking. But I want you to speak to those people who want to be different but are afraid to change. I want you to speak to those people to encourage them that it's okay to be different. It's okay to, because it's a trust thing. You got to step out on faith to believe that when you do change, God's got you. So I want you to speak to those people. Yokosi, I want you to speak to people who are in the music industry, and they're sitting on their gifts, they're sitting on their talents. I want you to minister to those people to encourage them about the importance of utilizing the very gift that they've given them, that God has given them, so that you can help someone else. That's what I want you to speak to. And then B, I would like for you to speak to the event curators, those people who have all these ideas, but they're sitting on it. They're not, they're too afraid to step out and to do what God has called them to, because what you do is a huge leap of faith. So I want you to talk to those people. So we're going to start with Fifi first, and then as you see your picture pop up on the screen, we'll go from there, okay?
Awesome.
All right. So to the event curator, to the person who has a gift, a talent, and an ability, and you are trying to figure out how to do the thing that has been placed in your hands, I want you to really trust in, first of all, God, that He gave you something very special. He gave you something that is purposeful, and He was intentional with giving you that idea, with giving you that thought and download it into your spirit, in your heart, and in your soul. And so you may do it afraid. You may do it with your knees buckling. You may do it without knowing how it's going to get paid for, if people are going to come or anything like that. But if you know that God has given you that vision, God has given you that thought, that idea, trust Him. He has to back what He has placed into your hands, into your heart, into your spirit. He has to fund it. He has to give you what you need to make sure that His purpose, His intention for what He's placed in your hands manifests. So again, it may seem too big to even try to get it together and make it work. But if God gave it to you, He'll supply, He'll provide, and He'll make sure that it gets done, because He's the one that gave that to you. So trust Him, even when you don't see it, even when you don't feel it, even when you don't know how it's going to work. And if people, like I said, are going to show up, it's a faith move. It's everything I do is all in faith. I trust God beyond what I see, but I trust Him that He's going to get, every time I step out, He catch me. Every time I feel like I'm about to fall, He catch me, because I trust that what He's placed into my hands and He's allowing me to be able to make it manifest into this world, He's going to fund it, and He always comes through. So trust Him with what He's placed into your hands, whatever event, whatever idea, do it, knowing that He's got your back. It's only up from here. You won't fall. You're just going to keep going up. So trust Him. That's what I got.
Thank
Now, I'm going to be honest. I don't know what my assignment was, but I'm just going to speak from the heart. I don't know who you are out there, whose heart may be hurting, whose mind may be hurting. I don't know what situation you've been through, what life is taking you through, what battles that you're dealing with. At some point, we've got to allow ourselves to give ourselves grace. We've got to make sure that we can move on, shed off these layers of hurt. We can't let the past continue to hold us hostage. That starts with us. Starts with making the decision to move forward and to forget those things which are behind you. You got to press towards something better. You got to want to be better. That starts with you. Come on out the brushes and balance. Let's make a start somewhere. You and me, let's get this thing together. Let's start our healing. Let's let some things go. Open up your heart and your hands. Let that hurt go away so that God can put his blessings inside your hands. It's up to you. Give yourself that freedom. Break those chains. I'm looking for you.
Okay, I believe my assignment is to speak to creatives and those that are in the music industry. And so what I would say to you is it's time for you to get started. I just really want to piggyback off of what's already been said, but I want to say it in this way. Whenever there's something that's so big that when you think about trying to accomplish it, it becomes overwhelming. Think about this formula. First, you get a desire in your heart. Secondly, you come to a place where you understand that you've been empowered to bring that into fruition. Thirdly, you concentrate on what is in your control. A lot of times when you look at a dream or something that you want to accomplish and it's bigger than you, it may seem impossible to accomplish. It becomes overwhelming. But if you start by concentrating on what is in your control, you know, standing in the mirror, practicing, practicing how to positively affect people with your gift, or sitting down and getting all of those songs that are in your spirit, all the songs you sing in the shower, getting them down on paper. And then from there, organizing them. And not only organizing them, but recording them. You may not have a recording budget, but just recording them on your phone so you can get them out of you. I'm going to leave you with this. I'm really into, kind of understanding the body and so forth. And one of the things that I've realized is that through testing, they've discovered that whatever you think about the most, it creates a chemical reaction in your body. And the chemical reaction in your body is designed to make you feel like what you're thinking. Now, that can be either very powerful or very impactful in a negative way, depending on what you're focused on, what you're thinking on. So I would encourage you to not be pessimistic, when it comes to accomplishing anything, your goals and your dreams, and to just believe that you can do it. And believe it so much and so consistently that a chemical reaction goes off in your body to start making you feel like what you're thinking. Some of you all that are in church, you probably understand it like this. Faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word that you release. Okay. So whatever word you're releasing over your life, let it be a word that is synonymous with you accomplishing what it is that God has already empowered you to accomplish. Right. And you speak that word consistently until you begin to believe that word. And what will happen is, as you build that belief system, a chemical reaction will happen in your body to make you feel like what you're thinking. and that will help you to accomplish what it is that you want to accomplish. Hope that helps you.
Absolutely. Wow. You guys dropped some gems tonight. Oh my goodness. And so when you hear what you guys had to say tonight, there's no wonder why you're successful in what you do. You are, each and every one of you, people know who you are in this area. You are well known. You can be in any circle and bring any of your names up. Oh yeah, I know her. Oh yeah, I know them. Oh, we're good friends. You know how folks try to claim you for good friends. I don't know you or your name, but they're good friends of yours. You know what I'm saying? So, you guys are really just powerful beings. And what you're bringing to the table. And I believe that so many people are going to be helped. A couple of people were saying some things while you're talking. Chris Washington says, yes, helping others is what it's all about. Very good. Fifi got a shout out there from Tanya. I think when you gave your word earlier, needed that, Deirdre. Yes. Kenny can't wait to hear your music. You speak from the soul, and I'm sure you'll sing that way. So all of you guys, shout outs here tonight. Definitely a big fan. Yes. Oh, thank you so much, Lamar. We appreciate that. So you got some big fans out there of you guys. And as I know, as we get closer to the actual event, I know that you guys are going to bring it, and you're going to bring it from a soulful place. And I'm excited about that. I really am. So, guys, as you're listening, go ahead and share the live on your platform so that more people will know about Brushes and Balance. To get your tickets, go out to brushesandbalance.com. That's brushesandbalance.com. Go out there, grab those tickets, and buy one and get one for somebody else. I can do that, BOGO. Buy one and get one. Buy one and get one. Okay? Help a friend out. Get some stuff for some people out there and bless somebody, because I think it's going to be really, really, really good. So, guys, listen, thank you so much for joining me here tonight. A 30-minute show went into an hour, but hey, when you're having time flies when you're having fun, right?
Exactly.
Hey, let me plug something in right quick, because Miss Clarissa, she's an author, and she's having a book signing on May 25th. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. So I want to make sure that we in the audience also know that we're going to be supporting her for her book signing on the 25th. Miraculously Me, is that correct?
Yeah, well, the acronym is ME, but yes, miraculously equipped.
Equipped, that's right. Miraculously equipped. So sorry, I didn't mean to, but I just want to make sure that people know so that they can prepare themselves to also support you.
Where will it be?
April 25th is going to be in Homewood.
May 25th.
Yeah, where?
Still in April. Oh,
it's going to be in Homewood.
April is a very special month.
About my book signing.
That's all right.
Oh,
We all in the same boat. We all in the same boat.
yes.
See, just like me with these glasses, we all in the same boat.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Again, thank you again for joining us. And guys, listen, I'm going to go ahead and play one more commercial so that you'll learn some more in-depth things about Brushes and Balance. I can't imagine anything else can be said, but this commercial is fire, is dope. Yes, thank you, Nkosi. It's dope. So I'm going to go ahead and play this commercial, guys. And listen, thank you guys for joining us inside the Ladiez Room Talk Show, and we'll see you back here next week, 7:00 p.m. Central Standard Time. Good night.
Thank you.
Hey, what's up? I'm Latricia Fifi Redmon, the owner and founder of both Fee-Nominal Music and Fee-Nominal Therapeutic Massage right here in the great city of Birmingham, Alabama. And I want to tell you about an event I'm hosting on May 31st during Mental Health Awareness Month called Brushes and Balance. Now, what is Brushes and Balance? It's an elevated sip and paint event that is for any broken, tired, overwhelmed, grieved soul, man or woman, who needs a safe space to release onto a canvas. And we have this event just for you. I have 3 dynamic facilitators who are going to walk us through this process of soul healing onto the canvas. I have Clarissa Kenty, who's a certified life coach, walking us through positive affirmations and permissions to release in a safe space. We have Lamar Story, who's a certified sound practitioner, coming with his sound bowls, a really therapeutic sound for us to be able to release and relax in our spirit, our souls, and our bodies. Also, we have Soul Wealth mentor, Dr. Vicki Johnson, coming in from Washington, D.C., who's going to be our soul expression facilitator, walking us from past, present, and future soul healing onto the canvas. And during the day, we're going to wear all black. And then that evening, we're going to wear all white at the soul healing concert that begins at 6 p.m. Right? We're going to have three amazing vocalists. Sharon Collins, who's a very melodious singer. We have Deirdre Gaddis, very soulful singer. We have Nkosi Majestic, very smooth singer. All three of these vocalists are going to help us process even more into our soul healing. Be a very, very wonderful night. And I would love to see you at both events or at one, either one, but come expecting to release and to receive. Release and to receive. This is going to be, again, on May 31st, happening at the Epic Center on 3rd Avenue West, where Mrs. V and my bro, Big Ed, are the owners and founders of such a wonderful facility. So I would love to see you there. If you are also interested in sponsoring or also being a vendor, please reach out to me and I would love to give you more details about doing so. Go to www.brushesandbalance.com or you can email me at info@itsfeenominal.com. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you at Brushes and Balance, where the canvas catches what your heart's been holding. We'll see you there.
Step into the ladies' room with Clarissa.